we got to speak up for the dads, right? I mean, the mothers do a fantastic job, but a lot of times they're not doing it alone. Fathers are there as well. So we have some great tips that you can give us to help us out for how to deal with those kids when they get back on the schedule. So let's get right into it. The calendar, post-lunch, menus, school events, teachers, meetings, etc. Here's your tips for how to handle all this stuff right here. Can you fill us in?
There we are. My biggest tip, my first tip, and the one that I need to follow the most, is to get ahead of the calendar. Own the calendar. I get home and my wife says, you know, there's an ice cream social in 5 minutes. Like, it's parent-teacher conferences right now. Are you ready? There's a talent show.
No.
And I say, when did we find out about this? And she says, 6 months ago. It's on the calendar. So you can, post the calendar. Whether it's the menu, is your kid eating their favorite food, or do they need to bring a lunch today? The sports calendar, the arts calendar. A lot of schools, CPS has a portal where you can look at your kids' attendance and grades, see when there's testing, see when there are events, post it near your desk, put it in your phone, but own it and get ahead of it. If there's an app, a lot of times in earlier grades or some schools, the teacher will share an app with you where they will share announcements, share photos, and you want to be ahead of that so you can be proactive, ask your kid about things that are coming up, and be ready for times that are more anxious or where your partner's going to need more help.
Sure. So we've covered those three right there, and you got the apps as well. What about for working dads out there?
Well, that's if you've ever been at home, if you've ever gotten kids ready for school, you know that it's a madhouse, an absolute Donnybrook. So anything you can do, because maybe you're already on the L sipping coffee and screaming at Twitter, and your house is going, ah! Yeah. So what can you do to calm things down? If there is breakfast you can prepare the night before. Okay. If you can, one of the biggest things, if you can start a pot of coffee for your partner, so when they wake up, it's there for them. Can you set shoes by the door? Can you set the book bag by the door? Can you collect the homework the night before or before you leave the house? Anything you can do to grease the wheels of that craziness is going to be appreciated.
Okay, so a lot of times we talk about the single mothers out there who do a remarkable job. Sometimes I don't even know how they get through. But there are single fathers out there as well. Can you fill me in on how they should approach the situation?
Just because you can't be physically present before or after school every day doesn't mean that your presence isn't possible and isn't appreciated. Well-timed phone calls and, of course, texts. Most kids in the upper grades have a phone that's not very far away. So a well-timed text or a scheduled text or call of encouragement, or of concern, or of goal setting is going to be really welcome. And we know questions, how was school? You're going to get a one-word answer. You're going to get no answer at all.
Always. So fine. It was all right.
It was all right.
What'd you do? The same.
Nothing. All right. So what was your favorite thing this week? What are you looking forward to? What are you most anxious about? It's got to be a specific question that they have to answer. And to say, what does a successful year look like for you? Or what does a successful back to school look like for you? And how can I help you accomplish those goals? Is going to start an actual conversation where you can be supportive.
So how do you balance that, Matt, without trying to seem or appearing to them as overbearing or the uncool dad who's just asking me questions and I just want to get to my video game, I just want to go play Fortnite? How do you gauge that?
Well, you got to let them lead. I think if you really kind of step on their neck and say, you got to report back to me, that's no good. I think if you say, what's on your mind and how can I be encouraging about the goals that you're trying to achieve, rather than saying, here's what I need from you, you're going to get a better response.
Yeah, absolutely. What would you say, is there an overlying golden rule to handling this as a father out there? What's that one lasting thing you leave us with to help us out?
It's proactivity. It's getting ahead of it. What's going to happen? What are they going to be concerned about? And how can I be there for them rather than waiting until everything's gone haywire and react?
Matt Boresi, you're the best, brother.
Always a pleasure.
Great to see you here, man. We look forward to talking to you throughout the school year.
All right.
Because kids are going to be kids, and us fathers, we need advice. So thank you very much. Check out ChicagoParent.com to get a full list of upcoming events and more parent tips and advice.